Evaluating if carrying on a Mary Somerville science legacy would be a fit for me. Today is Monday, 24 November 2025, and here I, Tanis Coralee of Seattle, ponder if carrying on a Mary Somerville, birth surname of Fairfax, science legacy would be a fit for me. She was the person for which the term scientist was coined. Yes, so scientist was not coined for a man, for a woman, and her name was Mary Somerville, and so she did, as part of surname, ruminating about surnames for myself, the human for which scientist was coined did change her surname. she took the surname of her husband and dropped the surname of her family. So there is so why am I bringing this up? She was a stay-at-home wife and originator of many ideas. For some reason, the men after her have received more citation/attention, perhaps because they were in the industry of science, not pure science like her. Yes, so she was a stay-at-home, and so this is one as part of my own self-education, and back in something I kind of pursued, including, so she was of Scotland, and I went to Scotland, and kind of like kept that in mind when I was there. It was true for, so I have a Bachelor of Science in Geology and Geophysics with a minor in Mathematics, and geology itself was, a lot of the breakthroughs and stuff were not funded by grant proposals. It was people pursuing science with pure intent, not for money, or citations, which is kind of how a lot of science works these days, especially in academia. And so there was a bit of, to be true to the origins of science and ideas, that's a little bit different than the current structure. I mean, like, I can technically make a case for universities in the United States of America are 0 parts reflective of how knowledge was passed down from Native American to Native American. So you're a Native American ancestry. So in that sense, long term, the institutions don't last because they don't respect original people's knowledge passing. And so it's like there's a little bit in terms of like pure science. Being a stay-at-home wife would be cool to carry on a legacy. It's certainly a much harder, more arduous, more difficult commitment than being in something like academia, where it's kind of pipeline to get them, citations or get the papers out for whatever grant proposal or whatever position or that kind of thing. And so, like, it'd be cool to be like, well, maybe I'm not going to cite the men who came after her, which is what everybody does, but cite her work since she was the originator. So kind of take, not a female perspective, but like the true originator. Right? She was the first person, not first woman to be coined, have the word term scientist coined for. So in that sense, it'd be much purer. However, it's much more difficult than like mainstream science in the United States of America these days. For someone in any gender to be a true scientist, do they have to add the last name of their soulmate and subtract their own last name like she did? I am ready. That doesn't answer it either way, but I'm ready. So a Dark Knight Rises take on this. So perhaps it is time for me to embrace being fully Bane instead of a Bane and Leonid Pavel mixture. Meaning what? How about my science research in cardiology? So cardiology, the heart as an organ, physiology, and so cardiology, physiology, that kind of thing. Why is it more important than, say, something like civil engineering? So my cardiology stuff. Civil engineering is designed to serve individuals with beating and or formerly beating hearts. Yeah, so like if it's a museum about dead people, then technically their hearts were beating at some point in time. So they did right the building. So civil engineering is buildings, bridges, that kind of stuff. So it's about beating hearts. So it's like, they serve me, my industry. We're on top in that hierarchy. And so there we go. So embrace that full Bayesian, adrenaline bit of like, yeah. Or wait, isn't it? Native Americans are the only humans capable of possessing adrenaline, and all other races, it's a mimic of adrenaline. Okay. What might a disjointed scientist me say? Okay, the disjointed. 2 potential houses for my parents. 1 by family friends Jan and Lisa. 1 of my mom's friend Neil. Yeah, there we go. So there's it's a stay-at-home legacy that would be the carrying on, but it would be pure and true origins, which means, you know, maybe citations would go to reflect the true origins of ideas, not like who's entrenched in the industry. That'd be cool from my perspective anyway. So for me, yes, that would be, it could be a fit for me per my evaluation. So there we go. That's evaluating if carrying on a Mary Somerville science legacy could be a fit for me.